I was the baby that couldn't eat anything. Everything I ate, I threw up. And I mean, pro- projectile vomited across the room. Meet Smokey. Um, anyways, that was me being born. I've had stomach problems for as long as I've been alive, but never once did anybody think it was a problem. I was born 3 months early. My mom didn't know she was pregnant with me. Fell at work and was told she was pregnant. She laughed and said, I have two at home. I think I would know if I was pregnant. Um, Now, a little thing about that is my mom has the rare blood type, the RH negative, AB positive blood, and my father is A positive. Now, this is back in the 80s, late 80s. So, um, you're supposed to get shots to help your body not reject the baby and think that it's trying to kill you. Anyways, she never received them. I was born 3 months early after she fell. And from the very beginning, my body didn't work the way it was supposed to. I couldn't breastfeed. I could not have normal formula. They tried me on everything, and I ended up on a prescription grade formula. And back then, in the early 80s and 90s, that was strange. I didn't burp at all or very well. Going to the bathroom, that's another story. My mom would have to do bicycle kicks on me, all those type of things. Um, I, but I would just eventually throw everything up and was constipated. Um, and she tried everything she could to help me. She talked to doctors, and they said she's fine. She talked to the older generation, and they gave her any and all suggestions. This is going to sound really, really gross. Good thing I don't remember it, but apparently she boiled an onion and then put the onion water in a bottle. Now, this is an old wise trick. And then gave that to me to see if that would help burp. Um, and it did not help me burp. Um, when I got on like bottle and could swallow without choking or having difficulties, and she just started giving me any carbonated drink. I live in the South, specifically Texas, so Dr. Pepper is what it was. Um, and carbonated drinks did help relieve some of the pressure that I had, but not everything. Um, but again, every time she brought me to the doctor, they said, "Oh, she'll be fine. It's no problem. No problem at all." So that's what happened. I grew up with a body that never really felt right, never really digested anything right, never really did anything right. But nobody ever stopped to ask why. Now, looking back, I wasn't just a fussy baby or a sensitive stomach. These are early signs that there was something wrong with my digestive system. It wasn't functioning right. Maybe it didn't develop right. Who knows? Um, but not being able to burp, throwing up my feeds, and constantly in discomfort, those are signs. But back then, they were just dismissed. and my body didn't just change and grow out of it. As I got older, I was never on a normal schedule to the bathroom. Never had regular hungry cues. I can tell you my safe foods were a hot Cheeto sandwich and milk, which is what it sounds like. Two pieces of bread with hot Cheetos in the middle and milk. And I ate that for like 2 years straight. Um, yeah, mac and cheese did that. Green beans, would eat them fresh, would eat them out of the garden, would eat them in a can. It didn't have to be cooked. So, I mean, I did have my safe foods, kind of, as I got to be able to eat. But my mom did try to get my body to do what it was supposed to. I mean, she knew it wasn't normal that I was not going to the bathroom at a normal schedule. She knew it wasn't normal that I wasn't hungry or thirsty. But now, at almost 38 in October, I'm still dealing with the same issues, just in a much bigger way. The bloating, the pressure, the nausea, the feeling of being full, even if I just take a few bites. It's all still here, never left. The difference now is I can't ignore it anymore. And I also definitely understand my body a lot differently now. With my background in behavior science, health, with an emphasis and focus on trauma, one thing that I learned is that our bodies keep patterns. They adapt, they compensate, and they hold on to things for a long time, especially when those things were never properly addressed. There's this book. The book is called The Body Keeps the Score. And if y'all want to read it, I've recommended it multiple times. It is amazing. And it is by Russell Van der Clark. Don't get me started on names, y'all. But it's The Body Keeps the Score. And it goes in and explains things. So when I'm looking back on my life, I don't see random symptoms anymore. I see patterns. I see a body that has been trying to function the best it can from the very beginning, without the support it needed, without being believed, just being pushed along, even in foster care. I've seen a body that has been trying to function the best it can, and now I'm living with the consequences. This is just the beginning of my story. Next week, I will talk about what early childhood actually looks like, living in a body like this, and how it started to affect everything else, the abuse that kind of went along with it, things like that. If any of this sounds familiar to you, you're not alone. If you want to join in and just hear the crazy story, come along for the ride. I just need to be able to get this stuff off my chest. And I know that there's other people out there that understand this struggle. So comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. Or ignore me. That's cool too. It's not for y'all. It's for me.